Welcome to Rawson Reports Live. Good to have you back. It's good to be here. We have a packed show today, a lot to talk about. We're going to save you a ton of money, and we're going to save you money on streaming. We're going to save you money on appliances. Costco is changing the rules. There are two big rules Costco is changing this week that's going to affect how you shop. You may not like it, but we'll get into it. As always, we welcome your comments. Do me a favor, like this video right now. Like it right now. It really helps the algorithm on YouTube and Facebook, and that's where we're live. And also subscribe to our channel right now as well. Really helps get the word out for our money-saving tips. We got a lot to talk about with groceries today, too. In fact, we want to start with groceries. There are a lot of groceries about to explode this month in price, and there's a reason for it. And there are things you can do right now to help mitigate that and save yourself from some money. Also, I went into a grocery store with my phone and ChatGPT. And by the way, look at my dog. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Look at that. Look at that little nugget. Oh, he's the best. Anyway, I took my phone into the store. Can ChatGPT save you money on groceries? Literally just by like holding your phone up. And what can it tell you? What can it do to make your life easier? Maybe nothing at all. Wait until you see what happens. We also, my producer Mike and I went into Walmart and Aldi to compare grocery prices. And I want to show you who has the cheapest meat right now, Walmart versus Aldi. So we did a side-by-side, apples to apples, or I should say steak to steak comparison as steak prices go up. So we got a lot to get to. Oh, and I also have a loophole to save on streaming. All your streaming subscriptions, I got a loophole. I just found one that's really exciting because you kind of beat the system and you get it for less. Okay, let's get right into it. There are 7 groceries that are exploding in price right now that I want to tell you about. And there's a reason for each one of them. So let's first start with, you probably heard about this, but it's the biggest one going on. It's beef going up. And that includes steak. Okay, listen to this. Ground beef prices are up 11.5% this year alone. Beef steak prices are up 12%, okay? And the reason for this, and tariffs are playing a role here for sure, especially the tariffs from Brazil, where we get like 400 million tons of beef. But a big part of this is droughts, and there are less herds. Less cows means we still want steak just as much, but there are less cows to produce it, so prices are exploding. Coffee is grocery number 2 that's jumping up a lot. It's going up 14.5% so far, and tariffs on this one, the likely culprit for that, plus they expect coffee to keep going up as well. Eggs up 16.4% since July. I mean, they're up 16.4% from just like a month ago. The prices dipped recently, but experts are saying it's about to start rising again because of bird flu. This isn't a tariff thing. This is all about bird flu and the danger to the birds. And what happens, supply drops, demand goes up. Sugar, sweeteners, and candy prices are up 5.5% year over year. There have been month-to-month increases over the summer as well, so it keeps going up. And the USDA is actually predicting a 5.1% increase for 2025 on sugar, sweeteners, and candy. Pork is going up, and poultry is going up. The USDA projects a 2.7% increase in 2025 for poultry and pork. One of the reasons for that is because as meat has gone up so much, meat has just exploded. One of the pieces of advice that I even gave in the very beginning of that was like get into poultry, chicken and pork because it's much, much cheaper. So people did that. I did that. But guess what happened? Everyone started doing that. So demand actually went up. So there was no supply issue with those, but demand went up, and that sent the prices up on that too. So there's really nowhere to hide right now in the meats. And that's why we're going to check Walmart versus Aldi. I see somebody already wrote in. You don't trust the Walmart meat. Who wrote that? Betty. Well, I enjoy the Walmart meat. It doesn't really bother me. And then the other thing I want to talk to you about that's going up, the 7th grocery, is non-alcoholic beverages. Glad it's not the alcoholic beverages. That'd be bad. The non-alcoholic beverages up 4.4% year over year. That's soft drinks, sodas. And here's the worst part. It's gone up 4.4% year over year. And guess what? The USDA says it's going to go up another 4.1% in 2025. So, and higher global coffee prices are a major driver of that. So it's back to the coffee. There is a lot to chew on. Dad joke. Chew on. I'll stop. Phil Lempert is the supermarket guru. Phil has been around for decades as an expert in all things supermarket, and he's joining us live this morning. Hey, Phil, how are you?
Good. And everything that you're saying is true, but you're not giving the right information. It's not going to go up 5%. It's going to go up 10%, 15%, 20%.
I'm being too conservative.
You're being way too conservative.
Why? Why do you, where does that come from? Where are you getting that?
Well, if we take a look, certainly, you point out the tariffs on Brazil, where we get so much of our meat, as you talked about, 50%. We get a lot of our coffee from Brazil, 50%. So, these numbers that the USDA is giving us are very, very conservative.
So is this going to continue on through the rest of the year into 2026? Is there any hope in sight or what?
Absolutely not. This is going to continue for the rest of our lives. And the reason it's more complicated than just tariffs. If we look at climate change, it's fine for the administration to say we want to grow all of our food here. We can't. We used to grow a lot of our food where I am here in California, but we can't anymore, which is why those crops have moved, whether it's to Mexico or to Peru or to Central America or even to Canada. So what we have to realize is climate change is a major problem in our sourcing of food. Number two is labor. Not only do we have a labor shortage, everything from truck drivers to farm workers, but now we have the ice raids, so people are not going to work on farms. So again, here in California or Florida or Arizona, we have our food just rotting in the fields because nobody wants to go there. Then we've got the cost of energy, which also plays a huge part. And then we have, tariffs on aluminum. You mentioned non-alcoholic beverages going up. Well, a lot of that has to do with the price of aluminum, not necessarily, the ingredients that are in that can.
Wow. So what's the fix? I mean, you mentioned, look, extreme weather impacts crops everywhere. And we know, is this one of the reasons the cattle herds have been kind of getting really thin?
Absolutely. It's the drought that has really affected the cattle, but also, not to bring up a sorry point, but, we have RFK Jr. saying, get rid of seed oils and have beef tallow. Well, beef tallow comes from cows, in the slaughtering process. So as a result of that, the price of beef tallow, and we get about 98% of Brazil's beef tallow, the price of that has gone up. So, it's very complicated when we look at this whole food supply. It's very global. And again, what they're trying to do is say, okay, let's just do all of our food here in the US. We can't do that.
What are your tips? Putting all that aside, we live in the world. We can't make decisions about what happens. What I go into my grocery store today. What are some tips to save money, considering the world we're living in?
So the first thing to realize is 40% of all of our food in the U.S. is wasted. So stop wasting food. Before you go to the supermarket, take inventory of what's in your refrigerator, what's in your freezer, what's in your cupboard. If you have that shopping list, bottom line is you're going to spend about 30% less. And a lot of people don't create that shopping list. And it's so easy today. What I always recommend and what I do myself is you take last week's cash register receipt, because that lists every item by name. We're that advanced now. Use that to take inventory and don't overbuy. If you're going out to eat, and going out to eat is more expensive than ever before, for all the reasons that we've talked about, bring home leftovers. There's this trend in New York that a lot of the New York chefs are complaining that people aren't taking home leftovers. Take home your leftovers.
One of the other tips I always say to people is, they're like dumb little things. I love little tips because they really add up to big things. For example, buy ahead of. I just pulled this out of my refrigerator. This shredded up lettuce. This is a waste of money. You're paying. Go buy a head of lettuce and sit home with a knife for 3 seconds. You know how much money this is? But my kids, my wife, no one listens to me in this house.
Yeah.
I hope you do. People don't listen to me in this house, so they always buy the shredded stuff like this. Costs money to bag it up. They're paying somebody to cut it up and all that stuff. So there are things you can do around the supermarket to really make your life a lot easier.
No question about it. And also, don't go to that cheese table, the fancy cheese table. There's something called standard of identity for things like cheddar cheese and Monterey Jack and Swiss cheese and so on. So instead of going to the cheese table with the fancy packages, go to the dairy case where it's the same cheese, but it's that ugly plastic wrapper on it. You're going to pay about 30% less. Don't buy fresh seafood. Go to the frozen food case. If you take a look.
Wait, that's cheaper? It's much cheaper to buy the frozen
seafood?
Oh,
absolutely. Think about how seafood is caught. A boat goes out for weeks on end. They catch the fish. They clean it on the boat. They freeze it on the boat. Then it comes back to shore. It's defrosted. It then goes to the seafood department. And if you take a look at those little signs, it says previously frozen on most of that seafood. So you're getting a better quality, and it's about 30-40% less. Also with meat, go to the frozen food case and get, frozen beef. It's going to be a lot less expensive than that $6.18 a pound that we're seeing on ground beef.
And by the way, I've done stories on this, and I'm sure you'd agree. Expiration dates, the only time it matters for safety is for baby formula. People are so I've gone crazy about this for years. This is marketing by the major food companies where they put the best buy date and because they want you to not finish it, look at the date and say, crap, I need another milk. I need another canned, vegetable, right? That stuff stays good. Those are manufacturer dates by the manufacturer of when they think it's peak freshness. Nothing to do with food safety. And in many cases, you can be eating this stuff days, weeks, in the case of canned foods, years later, and it's still fine. I found a black pepper in my mom's pantry. I'm embarrassed to say, sorry, Mom, from 1999. Literally. 19. I was like, Mom, what are you doing? She literally moved it. My mom moved from Long Island to Florida, and she's like, I packed it up with me. So I tasted just fine. So don't always be so quick to throw out food.
Absolutely. And keep in mind, to your point, I mean, the food industry is trying to regulate this best buy day, best used by, and so on. It needs to be real simple. Use it by such and such a date or die. We need to be real clear.
That's how we work
on it. Exactly.
All right. Phil Lempert, thank you so much for all of your help. Supermarketguru.com, the Lempert Report. I read it all the time. You've been doing this for 25 years. Have you seen prices this high in your 20 before I let you go? Like you've been doing this for a long time. You are the foremost expert on groceries in this country.
Yeah. We've never seen prices this high since the pandemic. They're up over 30%. We're going to see prices even higher. What we are going to see, though, is food companies are getting smarter and they're getting rid of a lot of redundancy. So, for example, there's 85 different varieties of Oreos. We don't need 85 different varieties.
Yeah, you watch yourself, Phil. You watch yourself. No, I'm kidding. My son loves the mega stuff. That's his favorite.
They have the mega stuff, and I don't know if you've seen the latest one, which is the Oreos with Reese's peanut butter.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Have you tasted it?
I have not tasted it.
Like it.
I will not taste it. I think it's horrible.
Yeah, I can confirm the taste is garbage. I didn't like it. In my opinion. Exactly. Phil, thank you so much for everything and for being here and for all of your expert advice and help.
My pleasure. Anytime.
All right, we will have you back and take you up on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And speaking of groceries, and some stores are cheaper than other stores, right? You have places. I mean, I'm down in Florida. I shop at Publix. Publix is so expensive. Then you go to Walmart, and it's a lot cheaper. But then we wondered. A lot of you wrote in saying, "What's cheaper, Walmart versus Aldi?" Because a lot of Aldi is like picking up a lot of steam. Everyone loves Aldi these days. So my producer, Mike, and I, Mike, you're there, right? Are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, Mike and I decided to go to Walmart and Aldi to compare prices of meats. We compared a lot of stuff. Go onto my YouTube channel and you can see the full video. We compared produce, household staples, meats, frozen food, everything.
Candy.
I want to show you the meats, though. I want to show you. So let's roll it. And we compared Walmart to Aldi. Who has the cheapest meats?
Here at Walmart, I'm gonna grab the New York strip steak. This is $15.97 a pound.
I found the strip steak here at Aldi. Here it is right here, and you can see it's all different sizes. So again, the reason you want to look at the price per pound, that's what matters most. And here at Aldi, the price per pound is $12.89, much cheaper than at Walmart. And by the way, I bought meat here before, and it's tasted delicious. You can't tell the difference. I actually really like the strip here.
Back here at Walmart, we're gonna grab the ribeye steak. Follow me. This is $14.97 a pound.
All right, we got the ribeye, and the ribeye, by the way, is cheaper here as well, and the price per pound is $13.89.
There you go. 13. So Aldi is, we can go on and on. Aldi was cheaper. And by the way, I've had both. The quality is just as good. You throw that thing on the grill. I've had Aldi steak. I've had Walmart steak. I think, Mike, you've done the same.
Yep.
They're good.
They're great.
So I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't. The other cool thing we did with our grocery stores, remember, we're going to save you money on streaming coming up. We got news about Costco. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. But the final thing I do want to talk about groceries because it's so important. ChatGPT. Can ChatGPT save you money at the grocery store? And I know a lot of you are scared of AI. I'm a little scared of AI. But what can it do? The basic thing on your phone where you just kind of point and shoot, take a picture, and can it save you money at the grocery store? I was literally blown away by what this thing did, and you'll see what I did. You can do in 2 seconds today. So let's roll that tape. ChatGPT at the grocery store.
The best deals on groceries in your area. Maybe not at the store you're at, maybe it's at another store. So let's just do a little test here. I'm gonna buy broccoli, chicken, and I grab this Barilla elbow pasta. I'm gonna take a picture in ChatGPT of the items. I'm literally just taking a picture, great. And I'm gonna say to ChatGPT, I'm at the grocery store buying these 3 items. Are these the best deals, or where are the best deals near me? Okay, so it just popped up, and look at that. I'm at Winn-Dixie right now, it's $4.49 a pound. It's saying it found the same thing at Walmart for $2.67 a pound, and it's much more at Publix. Best deal, Walmart. Broccoli spears gives me Winn-Dixie 11 cents per ounce, Walmart 10 cents an ounce, Publix 59 cents an ounce, Walmart, lowest price again. And for the Barilla pasta, it's the same, 14 cents an ounce at all 3 stores, all of them offering the pasta at the same price. So I know where the best deals are. I don't have to go around shopping or Googling. I just type it in, and within seconds, I got it. It's not just food, it's in the medicine aisle here too. Take Dayquil, for example, severe cold and flu. This costs 15 bucks. Right over here, the generic costs $9.99, but I always wonder, it's the same thing, severe cold and flu. What about the ingredients? Like, is this better? Is the Dayquil better? So I literally just took a picture of the ingredients on the back. I mean, look at that. I have no idea what that means. You don't either. Don't pretend you do. So I took a picture of that on the Dayquil. I took a picture on ChatGPT of the ingredients on the generic, and I pumped it in. And look at this. Within seconds, ingredients check. It knew the acetaminophen, 325 milligrams, all these different things that I can't pronounce and how many milligrams. Then it did the same thing for Dayquil, and look, it's the same exact numbers for everything. Conclusion, ingredient for ingredient, these are 100% identical. And the bottom line, Top Care Honey version, that's the generic, just as effective as Dayquil, same strength, same ingredients, $5 cheaper, go with the generic.
Go with the generic. And that's just ChatGPT doing that because let's be honest, you're not going to sit in the aisle and compare ingredients. So I thought it was really helpful. It's something you can literally do right now. So glad you like the ChatGPT hack. Keep writing in, keep your comments coming in. If you have any questions, by the way, we're happy to take those 2 live, and subscribe to our channel, like this video. And again, keep writing in. We're happy to answer your questions because you're here. You're part of the community. You're part of the fam. I want to talk about Costco because, I mean, who doesn't love Costco? I mean, Costco is the one place that I go to, and it can be any time of the day. And my wife will be like, hey, we need something at Costco. Do you want to go or do you want me to go? And I'm always like, you go, because it's the one place you know there's going to be traffic, and like you can't get a parking spot. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if it's hot. I don't care if it's cold. There are always people at Costco. It's insane. And I always stand there at like the cash registers when I'm standing in like the long line that goes back, and I'm like, they're printing freaking money at this place. It's insane. So they have some changes coming here. Two major changes. One of them went into effect earlier in the summer, but now the grace period's over. So that's done. And that is this early shopping hours. If you have an executive membership, you now get to come in an hour earlier. So I think it's Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. They only are allowing executive members, the people who pay the highest tier of the membership, to shop. So if you're one of the gold star people, the gold memberships, you can't even come in and shop until 10 a.m. Monday to Friday. And then on Saturdays, the exclusive shopping period for executive members is 9 to 9:30 a.m. And then it opens up to everybody. So the lure there is they're fully stocked up. You're not fighting crowds. You can get more stuff. But a lot of people with the, I'm actually curious what your thoughts are in the comments. Like, a lot of people feel like, why are you discriminating against people who just don't want to pay the high, I'm still a member of Costco. I paid you money. Why in the world are you discriminating against me? And now I can't shop in the morning. I don't have the same perks. So I'm curious your thoughts about that. There's a second rule change to Costco as well. This one hit me. I guess it was a couple of weeks ago. My wife and I have always shared an account. I used her card. They never checked the picture. Went in, they're like, sorry. I'm like, I've been in here a gajillion times with this card. We have two cards, hers, her account. Nope. So they're done with sharing memberships. If you want to go in, you have to have your own membership now. And that just changed. They are strictly enforcing it as of this week. So you need to have your own membership card, because remember, and I've done things on this, but maybe I haven't seen. Costco makes almost all of its money from memberships. That's why the prices are so low, because unlike grocery stores where you can walk in for free and they're only making money on the groceries, Costco is making all their money on the memberships. So they kind of looked around and said, well, why are we letting Jeff, his wife, and his kids all come in here? Those are 3 memberships that we can be getting. That's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars a year just from our family, and multiply that by millions and millions and millions. And we're talking real cash. And so they've changed it. I guess you could argue it kind of pissed me off in the beginning. I was angry. But then I thought to myself, I guess they have a right to do that. It's sort of like the password sharing thing for like Netflix and Disney. I guess they do have a right to say to us, hey, look, you can't share the password with your friends. In this case, it's a little more annoying because it's your family you still can't even do it with. But that is the change at Costco. We ain't changing it here on this show. So I want to let you know what's going on so you don't get stopped at the kiosk and get embarrassed like I did. And while you're at Costco, maybe you're shopping for appliances because they sell everything there. I just came across this article, which was awesome. The 10 surprising appliances. Oh, by the way, Mike, what do you think of that Costco change?
I'm not a fan of that.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I just think, it goes back to the whole password sharing situation. It's like, really? Like, you can't go with your wife or like your family members? I understand if it's like your friend or your cousin or your neighbor, but like, it feels greedy at this point.
Yeah, I guess. But what if they said to you, hey, we're going to raise prices a little bit, but you can come in with your friends and family?
And then I'll be okay with it.
Right. Then suddenly you're like, hey, I'm on board.
It's not so bad after all. Hey, yeah. As long as that hot dog stays at $1.50, I'm not complaining.
You're so obsessed with that hot dog.
I only had it for the first time with you, as well as the chicken bake.
I think before you started working with me, you didn't even have a Costco membership.
Did not.
I'm embarrassed.
I only went to BJ's.
I'm embarrassed for you. I mean, okay, fine. BJ's is fine. You got to be at one of them.
Now I belong to all of them thanks to this job, and I got to say, my favorite is probably Costco and Sam's Club.
We have a great video coming up that we just shot, Costco versus Sam's Club, which is cheaper. So we're going to show you that soon too. So stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel so you get notified when new content drops and when the show's live. All right, so this is a really interesting article. These are the 10 appliances that surprisingly save you money, right? And when you see what the appliances are, you're going to be like, what? That saves me money? So let's call the first one up, a countertop dishwasher. I've never had a countertop dishwasher before, and I think we have a photo of one. There it is right there. I love this graphics package for a second. Hey, I know I did this yesterday. Hey, I don't know. I'm 12. So this thing uses 3 to 4 gallons of water versus 27 gallons when you're hand washing. This saves water. It saves energy. The cost is around $200 to $400 a year. Pays itself off in a year. Done, done, done. The next one is a vacuum sealer. That so basically have a like this vacuum sealer just sitting there, and whenever you have stuff that's left over, it cuts down on waste. It allows you to bulk buy because you can vacuum seal all this. Families waste $1,500 a year on food. This saves part of that. The cost for this is like $50 to $75, and it just sits on your counter and sucks out all the
And
air out of
actually,
your
Jeff,
food.
I'm sorry to interject, but Bonnie just brought up a really good point because this actually did happen when I signed up. If you're married, you can get a membership for not only yourself but for your spouse. Damaris can actually get her own membership for Costco. So
your wife, yeah.
It's still like buy one get one free, so to speak.
God, well, they stopped me. They didn't. Maybe it was because I was still using her card. But
That's probably what it was. But when I signed up, I believe this is also for Sam's Club. You can, once you sign up, they give you a form. They say, hey, who do you want your secondary membership to be from?
My wife
So
just
Damaris
screamed down. I
has
don't
to
know
just
what
go
to
into the store and she has to just like sign up.
Oh, my wife just wrote to me. Spouses can share an account but you have to have your own card, but it's still one membership fee.
Correct.
So they were getting me because my card was the same as hers. Got it. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Danielle. She just like opens the door and screams things at me. All right, so the vacuum sealer is pretty cool. Get that. Smart power strips. I've told you to get these for a long time. These cut down on phantom energy, which is huge. Believe it or not, everything that's plugged in your house, even when you're not using it, costs money. These really stop it. I mean, this is Amazon Bakes. It's like $30 or less. It can save you up to $200 a year. So I always say, get yourself one of these smart power strips. Let's keep moving along. Portable washing machine. I've never seen a portable wash. Have you seen a portable washing machine? I've never seen
No.
Portable washing machine. It uses less water, uses less power than a full-size machine. It costs around $150 to $300, but it pays for itself very, very quickly. So consider getting a portable washing machine. That's really interesting. I love this next one, the bread maker. This camera keeps falling. Sorry about that. This bread maker right here. So bread makers, believe it or not, if you buy a loaf of bread in the store, it costs like, $2 to $6, depending on what kind of bread you get. Okay. Here, oh my God, this, I'm going to switch to another camera. Hold on one second. This is really annoying.
Keep telling you to use the computer.
I know, I'm using the computer camera. I'm done. There we go. How's that? Look good?
Looks good.
Okay. So, you buy the fancy camera. You buy the fancy one, and it
just wipe the lens. It's a little smudgy.
Oh, wipe the lens? All right, hold on.
Yes.
We're doing it live, baby. This is what it looks like.
Don't worry, guys. I have your best interest in mind.
Yeah, thank you. You don't have to look at me blurry, although I do look better that way. All right, cool. So that better?
Looks perfect.
Great. As good as I'm going to look. Oh, so a bread maker. Homemade bread costs 50 cents a loaf. Store-bought bread, $2 to $6. So you save $200 to $400 a year, the average family, they say. $200 to $400 a year you save making bread at home. And it's also kind of fun.
Can you make any kind of bread?
You really can. It also makes pizza dough. It makes rolls.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can make sourdough. You can make anything in these things. I've had one before. It's really fun.
And making pizza at home is really fun and delicious and cheaper.
I always screw it up, though. I always screw up pizza at home. Always.
It takes practice.
Oh, hold on.
And
we have a Costco insider, by the way, Johanna. All right,
what
Johanna.
What are the secrets, Joanna?
Yeah, write us in a secret. Right? We'll pop it up on the screen. I want a Costco secret, Johanna, now that you've outed yourself. Give us a secret to save money at Costco. That's really what we're looking for here. All right. So so continuing on, space heater. The space heater is really cool. You heat or cool just one room. So the cool thing about this is, right, if you have a house where you put on the central AC or the central heat and it's heating up a million places, you're wasting money. This just heats up the room where you need it to be heated up, which saves you a lot of money. A water-saving shower head. You should definitely get these. My plumber actually had me get these, and you really, really should get these. It uses like 1.5 to 2 gallons per minute versus 2.5 gallons per minute. Saves 2,000 gallons per year of water and cuts down water and heating costs by up to $200 annually. You keep stacking up these savings. We're talking real stuff. And the cost of this is like $20. You can get one of these shower heads for like $20. Okay. Don't they know I'm on TV? Air fryer. I love an air fryer. We all know air fryers are awesome, but the great thing about air fryers is you can really, really skip going out to eat, and it uses, I didn't realize this, half the energy of an oven. It only uses half the energy of an oven with an air fryer. So, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? The oven has to heat up a lot more space than you're cooking. Air fryers cut down on money, and they save you up to 100. They cost around $100, $150 for a good one. Almost done here. Two more. High-speed blender. They make smoothies $1 to $2 versus $6 to $8 if you go out to a cafe. And the final one, an electric screwdriver. I don't know if I agree with this one. An electric screwdriver kit. And the thinking here is you end up saving a lot of money because you don't have to, you can DIY stuff and put stuff together like IKEA furniture. But I never do that.
Here's Joanna's tip.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
All
wait.
right, let me read this. Joanna, the difference between Costco and Sam's is we take care of our members and the quality of our products is better. Ooh, she's laid it down. I like Costco better than Sam's, but we're still waiting for a secret, Johanna. You can't get out of it that easy.
That's a cop-out, Joanna. Come on.
Cop out. We want secrets. Secrets. All right, let's a couple quick things before we go, but these are very important. So iPhone prices. In just about a week, iPhone is coming out with the new iPhone 17, and for the first time in a long time, the price is going up on the Pro model. It has been, I think, for 8 years, $999 for the Pro model. Now, and again, these are all reports, these are all leaks in the tech industry, that the new iPhone 17 Pro is going to go from $999 up to $1,049. So we're talking about a $50 increase for that. The iPhone 17 Pro Max going up to $1,249. Why the hike? Tariffs on China-made products. And as you know, Apple has said it's going to shift a lot of its iPhone production to India, but India is getting tariffed too, and they still do have a lot in China. Apple can't just shut it down today and move it over. They're trying, but they haven't been able to do it yet. But clearly prices are being impacted by at least $50, according to the leaks. The last price hike for the iPhone was the iPhone 12 back in 2020. So it's been 5 years for that. And before I go, my favorite tip of the day, this is a hack to beat the system. I love helping you guys beat the system. Apple TV Plus is increasing its prices from $9.99. That's what it's been. They just hiked it up pretty significantly, up to $12.99. But there's a way to get around it, and I'm actually going to show it to you live. I'm going to show you this live right now. I saw this trick, and I had to try it. So in your phone, you know, you go to settings, right? Then you go to right over here where your name is, okay? That's me. And then you see it says subscriptions, right? You see it says subscriptions right over there, okay? So you pop into subscriptions. This is how we're going to make you pay less for Apple TV Plus.
Jeff, can you show the phone a little closer to the camera, please?
Yep, so there you go. Can you see it there?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so you can see my subscriptions right there, okay? There's Apple TV Plus right there. I pay for it. You can see. I'm going to click on it, okay? There you have that, right? Now it's saying it's going to renew on September 15th, okay? And if you scroll here, you have the choice to cancel your subscription, right? You can cancel it. I want you all to do this with me. And if you can't follow along, follow it on the replay. This gets posted right after we're done being live, so you can watch this anytime. Watch this. Watch this trick. Hit cancel subscription. Boom. It's making me an offer to stay and immediately lowering the price. They want me to stay, so they're like, ooh, he went as far as to hit the cancel button. Now look what they're offering. Apple TV for $5.99 a month for 2 months before going back up to $12.99. So I'm getting a much, much, much cheaper 2 months. And I can either redeem it, I can redeem their offer, or I can move on to still canceling my subscription. But it just goes to show, and this is what I'm not going to cancel it yet, but I probably will take it on though. This just goes to show what I always say. If you threaten to leave, and look, the companies don't like that I give this advice. They don't like that I give it, but they all have retention departments. The credit cards have retention departments. It's competitive. If you call and say, you know what, I'm using my pen as a phone. You know what, I'm getting a better deal. You know what, I'm going to keep Netflix. I don't need you, Apple. They're going to say, whoa, 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 hold on. They know they have competition. They know they need to keep you, and they're willing to lower their margins to keep you on board. Same thing with credit cards. Call American Express and say, hey, The Chase Sapphire card has really good perks and a really good entry fee right now. I'm really thinking about leaving. They're going to transfer you most likely to their retention department, and they're going to start making you offers. So it works right here with Apple streaming, but the message is do it for everything. Right, Mike?
That's right.
That's right. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We are back here again tomorrow morning. And tomorrow morning, we have a really special guest, a scam victim who just went to the bank and for $14,000. And what happened when she got to the bank to take out the $14,000 for scammers? That's where it gets even more shocking. She's joining us live. She's embarrassed, but she wants to help you. She wants to tell you her story. This woman is sharp as a tack. She works. She's a professional. She's amazing. And even she fell victim to these scammers. So she's going to join us live tomorrow and tell all, and you can ask her questions too. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching Ross Reports. Remember, like this video and subscribe. We appreciate you.